Chapter 1, A Social Gathering. On the last of October, Don Santiago de los Santos, popularly known as Capitan Tiago, gave a dinner. In spite of the fact that, contrary to his usual custom, he had made the announcement only that afternoon. It was already the sole topic of conversation in Binondo and adjacent districts, and even in the walled city. Hello everyone, my name is Margo and here's another book episode in my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Margo Kamaya. So for today, I would like to share with you a very special book that I was able to add to my collection last year. I think for book collectors, especially for Filipiniana book collectors, this is something that you really need to have in your library or book collection. This was printed in 2011 by Vibal Foundation, right? So shop.vibalgroup.com, you can purchase it online or I've seen it in fully booked as well, right? So the book that I'm talking about is one of the classic Filipino novels that was written in the 19th century. Right? It was originally published in 1887 by Jose P. Rizal, right? Any guesses? Well, there are only 2 books written by Rizal, so 1887, so it would be the first one, which is Noli me Tangere, right? Noli me Tangere, or in English, Touch Me Not. Now, roughly, that's the direct translation of it. Noli me Tangere, it's the Latin, of version of Touch Me Not, right? This particular book, which was published by Vibal, it is bilingual. What do we mean by bilingual? No? Because the original Spanish manuscript, no, is here, and then on the other page, the English version or English translation, which was made by Charles Derbyshire. And the other. So just to give you an idea of what I'm referring to, so if you open the book, if you have this, if you open the book, you'll see, let's see, you can see there, right? On one side, the English version, on the other side, the Spanish version. Okay. So it's hardbound. As you can see, it's hardbound. Very nice binding. Okay. And it's like gold, gold leaf pages. Okay. So what's nice about this book as well is, aside from having the original Spanish, Noli me Tangere by Jose P. Rizal, and then the English translation of Charles Derbyshire, you also have a foreword made by Ambet Ocampo, right? Also, you have critical notes, made by Isaac Donoso Jimenez. There's also an afterword or an epilogue by Ino Manalo. Ino Manalo is an archivist, here in the Philippines. Okay. When I bought this last year online, I think this was around 1,600 pesos. In Vibal online. Okay. Another thing that makes this book very special, okay, is, let me share it with you. Okay. The rarest of them all is that aside from featuring Jose Rizal, it also features another famous 19th century um, Filipino celebrity, and that's none other than Juan Luna. So the Noli sketches made by Juan Luna are also included in this edition. Unfortunately, the original sketches made by Juan Luna, which was, I think, in the private collection of Alfonso Ongpin, was destroyed during, World War II. Okay? But fortunately, Alfonso Ongpin, being a camera or a photography enthusiast, was able to take photos of those original Luna sketches. Right? So that's where we can find it. And another bonus is I will add in the description box a link of a blog post that I wrote with the Juan Luna sketches. Okay, so I added some of the sketches there. So there was a letter that Luna wrote to Rizal. It's already in English version, so I'm gonna read the English translation. So it says here, I send you herewith 21 sketches for the Noli. I send them to you for such use as you may desire to make of them, without waiting for those of the others to whom I have given your orders. If you wish, I will also illustrate el filibusterismo, and if you desire, give me some short propaganda matter so that 10 or 15 illustrations can be made. My work will be gratis, and all that will have to be paid is the ordinary printing. Letter of Juan Luna to Jose Rizal, dated January 30th, 1892. Okay, so this is Juan Luna's sketch of Maria Clara. Okay. Okay, other sketches. You have Sisa, Basilio, and Crispin. Okay. What else? Oh, nice. Okay. San Diego, when they went in the fishing, Maria Clara, younger Maria Clara. The azotea. Right. And then you have Piloso Potasio. And I like it that Juan Luna added the cockfighting, because there is a chapter in Noli that concentrates on cockfighting or the cockpit. I'm also gonna add that link, because I also wrote something about cockfighting in the Philippines based on Rizal's Noli Me Tangere, based on that chapter. Right. Okay, so more. Nice. Doña Victorina and her husband, Padre Salvi. Right? The original Noli Me Tangere, photo of the original Noli, one of the editions that survived. There was a few which survived, and historically, Rizal didn't earn any money, because what happened was that he tried to sell it. Copies that reached Manila were hidden. It didn't go mainstream. Some were given as gifts. Others were destroyed by the Spanish customs. So he didn't earn any money. He actually lost money. He had to borrow money in order to print Noli Me Tangere and El Filibusterismo. And based on Rizal's letters or diaries, he originally planned to write Noli Me Tangere in French. That was one of his ideas, and he wanted to solicit the help of other Filipino Indios or the Ilustrados who were in Madrid or in Spain, studying with him. But unfortunately, these other Ilustrados or Filipinos, Rizal said that the only thing that they were busy off was drinking, spending money, and taking the sights of Europe. He just decided to write it on his own. So he reverted back to his, to a language that he's very familiar with and very comfortable with, which is Spanish, and wrote it on, by himself. So by 1887, the manuscript was ready, the novel was ready, and he had it printed. One thing that modern readers would notice, no? There is one chapter that is missing in this book. And even in other editions or in other copies, this particular chapter was removed. And there was an article written by Ambet Ocampo on speculations on why this particular chapter was removed, no, by either Rizal at the final printing, and then it was just included in later versions when they found, no, the chapter. They returned it to the manuscript. Leon Maria Guerrero's version, which was written or translated in the 1960s, sorry about the tuko, in the 1960s, included this particular chapter. So this chapter was chapter 25, and it's all about Elias and Salome. Alright. Okay, so, again, no, highly recommended as a Filipino book collector, as a reader, as a bookworm, you know, as a Filipino in general. This version of Noli at Tangere, published by Vibal Foundation, this is a collectible. It's a collector's edition. It's a collector's item. And, again, I would recommend that you have a copy of this in your library. Up next, actually, Vibal Foundation is printing, no? They're actually going to publish, I think, or print the El Filibusterismo version. So once I get a copy of that, I'm gonna share it with you and feature it in a future episode, no, of my book of my book series or my book episodes. Right? So again, Noli Me Tangere by Jose Rizal. We have the Spanish version, and then you also have the English version. Okay? So love reading it. Don't limit yourself, huh? Don't limit yourself in reading Rizal just for the sake of what do you call this? Just for the sake of school. Read it for leisure. And I bet you that you would enjoy reading Rizal. Right? So it's like you're reading Victor Hugo, you're reading Alexander Dumas, right? So what's the difference? Right? What's the difference of reading 19th century classical writers who are British like Charles Dickens, or French like Hugo and Dumas? What's the difference with Rizal? Right? They all live in the same century, and they all talk about social justice, no? Their local culture, what's happening politically in their country. So it's all about context. Okay? So add Rizal in your collection. Filipinos, add Rizal. Read Rizal. Not just because it is required in school, but because he's a great writer. Okay? Alright. So, thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video, you know. And I'll see you soon in my next episode. Thank you. Stay safe. Take care. Bye.